here's your EOAlive weather forecast.
Hope all of you a great Wednesday. Gabe Curtis reporting on this January 4th, brought to you by Valley Insurance. So now in downtown LeGrand with open enrollment through January 15th. The highs have dropped out into the 30s for much of us today, with the exception for that cold spot 27 in Joseph. Warmest out towards Ontario, LeGrand, and Pendleton into the low 40s. And out the door this evening, there are some scattered showers around. That will be the trend overnight tonight in the form of snowflakes for much of us, although the lowest elevations may be caught a little bit more in that drizzle, dropping much of us into the low to mid 30s, although colder out towards Meacham, Baker, and Burns into the mid to the upper 20s. I am expecting the potential for a dusting of snow as low as 2,500 feet, with isolated spots up above that point throughout the remainder of our mountainous valley seeing upwards of an inch. But to guarantee that, you really would have to get out towards Tollgate, where we could see upwards of 3 inches into our highest elevations. Heading into the day on Thursday, much of us will be topping into the low to mid 40s, with the exception for those higher elevations, colder into the mid to the upper 30s, with that warm soft 49 in Pendleton. I am expecting that moisture to be more isolated, mixing in with those sun breaks. Really, the lowest elevation to potentially pick up a dusting of snow would be out towards Meacham and Baker. I think that's a slam dunk in Burns. We could see upwards of an inch in isolated spots up above that point, but that's not even guaranteed until you get up above 6,500 feet into the highest elevations of the Wallowas and out towards Anthony Lakes, where we could see upwards of 5 inches up above that point. Heading into the day on Thursday for LeGrand, it looks like this will start out into the mid 30s at the 8 o'clock hour. There'll be some few light snow showers around, mixing in with those sun breaks, with a south to southeasterly wind flow beginning gusty up to 50 miles per hour in spots during the morning, before that gradually backs off during the day, but it'll still be gusty. With the most amount of sun breaks during the first half of the day, we ought to be generally dry throughout the midday and afternoon, as I'm expecting those highs to reach low 40s. There'll be more gloom, though, working its way in by the 8 o'clock hour, producing a few raindrops around, dropping those temperatures into the low to mid 30s overnight, where we have a slight chance to see a few flurries into early Friday, but it will be completely dry during the day with those highs into the low 40s, as I'm expecting those clouds to thicken up by the evening ahead of our next weather system for the weekend. As we did my 7-day forecast, those temperatures remain fairly consistent. Latest update shows steady moisture much of the day on Saturday, but anything that follows looks to remain light, with a mix of some snow and sleet earlier in the morning and again later in the evening. But during the day, we'll be mixing with more rain and graupel. Same trend into Sunday, although that moisture will be more scattered. Other than a few flurries to start out early Monday, much of our viewing area will remain dry until late day on Monday, and that's when we see our next round of a steady period of rain and snow into the evening, before that breaks up overnight, continuing with scattered showers into Tuesday. But by that point, any wintry precipitation should be out of here. In fact, by the second half of next week, it's possible that conditions turn drier than not. This has been Gabe Curtis, bringing the most accurate forecast you can get here in Eastern Oregon. Thank you to the folks down at Valley Insurance for sponsoring this weathercast, and I will be back tomorrow.